Okay, so this is how to oil your machine. This is my machine here. Note the screws at the top. I went to see an expert, whatever, a pro yesterday for getting this little rubber thing here put on so I could wind bobbins. And I can, and I have help today. Hello. So what you're going to need is, in my case, because my screws are flat, you need a flat head screwdriver, whatever you want to call it, paper towels, because there will probably be a mess by myself, and sewing machine oil. He said to use Singer sewing machine oil because it's made expressly for your machines, and my mom swore by it forever and a day. So he said to oil it every single moving part that touches metal against metal. He says there should be about 30 of them. Someone had suggested doing it through the holes, and he said not good enough. But if it works for you, it works for you. Just so you know, this is my first time, so I'm probably going to screw up, and just, you know, I hope I don't screw up your machine. So let's get started. So we're gonna, he said to take off the top. Ew, I don't want to know what those things are. Icky. Need to do. Ooh, nice and simple. Ooh, I think somebody needs cleaning. And I will be getting it professionally cleaned when I can afford it. The other thing he mentioned was, as you oil it, to work all the buttons, all the different lengths for the stitches, everything, literally. I have like serious company right now, see? So anyway, very distracting. So with this guy here, there's a lot of little insides here that I'll be taking pictures to show, because I won't have enough video. But I will show you where to oil, where he showed me to oil in here and underneath, which is rather interesting how to get to, because this thing weighs a freaking ton. So you, thanks to Judy who taught me, you move this. Hang on. You go. Let's see if this works. It does weigh a ton. Okay. As you can see, holy smokes, there's all that stuff underneath too. You need to oil, not just the top part. And this is where I found my model number. It really needs to get cleaned, but that's the least of my worries right now. So I'm going to be taking pictures, and I'll be showing you how it's done. Okay, if you have a machine like mine, I had to sit it on something so that I can actually work with both hands, and this thing weighs a ton, like I keep saying. So I just used a little box to sit it on, otherwise these things are going to rip out. So this is a good view enough of the working parts, so I guess I'm going to be oiling here. Ew. Ew. That's gross. I don't want to know what it is. Anything that moves. So obviously this moves. This would move. This he took apart. He said mine needed to be polished. That's why it keeps hanging on me. Probably this. I have no clue what the heck I'm doing here. See that? Definitely. That's for those buttons at the top. So yeah, anything that moves under here will need to be done. So this, I'll start with the underside of the machine, and yummy. That must be better than the roast deal we ate yesterday. Oh. Probably he said anything that moves against metal. So nothing that stays stationary, or nothing that's an outside moving part, like the part where you put your thread, which I'll show you later on. So let us get started. Okay, for your oil, this one is new. and there was a tiny little tip of plastic here, and I just used a pin, just a straight pin, to make a little hole. Now, an easy way to do it is you hold it like this and you press down a little bit, but you turn your bottle. Just press down gently, and eventually it's going to go through. Ta-da! The reason I want to use a pin is because I want to be able to somewhat control the flow of oil, and this stuff really stinks. And this stuff is really good too for door hinges. My mom used it like everywhere. Like everywhere. We always had machine oil. So, like, this is my assistant today. She used it literally everywhere. So, let us get started. I know I've said that twice already, so this is the third time lucky. Right, dude? Right. Okay, this is really grossing me out way too much. And I've got an old electric toothbrush, and I'm willing to sacrifice one of my paintbrushes if need be. So, okay, so I used the paintbrush, which is really gross now, and the electric toothbrush, which is obviously not going to get used for my teeth anymore, and gave it a little clean out. Obviously, you unplug the machine, you're going to be adding oil to the electric machine, you know, and you remove any spools of thread, which is what I forgot to mention. So, we're going to get going. Okay, I've done this part here, the little gizmo thingy, and once you've added a little bit of oil, you work the buttons, or whatever, back and forth, just to make sure that the oil is worked in really nice. The only part I forgot to oil is in here. And I'm not even squeezing the bottle. You don't need like a ton. You just need a little bit. Like, the buttons are really easy to push now. It's like, whoa, big change. So, see how... Yeah, I furminated my dog, so I'm covered in fur. See how this part here moves? So, there's a little screw there. I wish I'd bought the other bottle of oil that had a syringe on it. So I've added a drop of oil inside here. Sorry, I know it's hard to see, but see, it's even easier now. So you just work it, and then obviously this, just touch it gently with the oil thingy. Ici, je pense là. And then, like, it's like butter. Okay, so you can see where the moving parts are. And he said every moving part needs to be oiled. Everyone. Okay, so this is moving, this is touching, and here. Like, it's so easier now. And then here on the side too, because this part at the top, right there, like, it's touching the metal, so you want to give it a good lubricant. Like, it's really nice and easy now. Okay, so next one, I don't know.